Hey guys, Richard Labella here. I'm going to dive into the ID Protect framework a little bit to help you understand how this framework that I created can help you reduce identity theft and fraud. At the very top of the framework is what I call identity attack vectors. For those that are not familiar with the term vector, if you're in cybersecurity, you are. Vector is a way in, a way to compromise, a way to attack something or someone. In this case, it's someone most of the time. When I looked at the identity theft and fraud kind of threat landscape, I said, well, what I'm seeing are that there are attack vectors that are in our control and there are attack vectors that are out of our control. What is in our control? What is out of our control? So, what is in our control are the following. It is you and me, our homes, and I'm going to draw here. This is a house, and our devices. These are our devices, right? Our computers are in our control. What's out of our control is more difficult. Corporate breaches, for example, right? Let's just write breaches. These are happening every day in some large or small manner. And then friends and family. So friends and family, believe it or not, they have information about us. I read stories about parents that were using their children's social security numbers to open up lines of credit because they were desperate for money. And then when I looked at how to protect, because ID Protect is all about protection, prevention, preparedness. When I looked at the market, I saw there was a lot of ID theft monitoring, and I think a lot of people are confused. They think monitoring is a panacea or a silver bullet. They think, well, I have identity theft monitoring, I'm okay. I am here to tell you that that's not true. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to tell you that it's a good layer, right? Or it's a good component of a framework, which is what I'm going to talk to you about now. So these two areas are called ID Assess. These are just a couple products that I created, or services, really, they're not products. And then ID Defend, and then I'll tell you why I created these. ID Defend. And so ID Assess is the risk assessment process. This is the first stage where I like to begin with my clients and people, is I like to understand what your exposures are. And then how do I prioritize them? And then how do we then take that risk assessment based on how we prioritize and start to protect? So this is step one, this is step two. ID Defend includes two things: protection, prevention, monitoring. So I'm a big proponent of monitoring. I love it because in cybersecurity, there's a whole detection and response piece to what we do in cybersecurity. So I said, great, we're going to do the same thing for people's identity. We're going to have a protection, detection, response, and education or awareness approach to protecting people's identity. That's all I really did is I just took 30 years of cybersecurity experience and how I was protecting devices and infrastructure and building programs and building security programs, and just said, I'm just going to build this for humans. If you have monitoring, that's good, but if you don't have protection, well, then the adversaries already have your information and you're getting alerted and monitoring it. Sometimes you may not get an alert, but monitoring is excellent. Again, it's a good detection measure to have in place, but this is what we're all about. ID Protect is all about protection. It's all about assessing your risk and then looking at where those exposures are and then wrapping protection around all of those different identity components. I'll give you an example. I'll typically, someone will tell me, no, I don't freeze my credit reports. No, I don't lock my credit cards. No, I don't use multi-factor authentication when I need to log on to a social media account. So these are some high priority areas where I would say protection is really important. Password reuse is very common. So I would typically tell a client the best way to stay protected is to not reuse your passwords, use your password manager to help you identify where the reuse might be occurring and then stopping that. And I can show you how to do all that stuff. And then the devices, there's a whole bunch of protection we do around devices that we talk about with clients. Data backup. Are you using AV? Are you patching? And a lot of people just don't understand these things, and they're really important, and they're very easy to do. It's a journey. and we guide you through that, which is what I want to get to next. So there's education, there's guidance and support. Education, guidance, support. I'm going to wrap it up here in just a second. Education. This is huge, guys. This is how we protect ourselves. We become more aware. Guidance here, coaching and support that we provide. A lot of this stuff is really, really important when we start to assess someone's identity exposures that are going to require maybe a 90-day to 6 month remediation. That's where a lot more coaching may need to be provided. But so that's it. So this is the framework. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And the reason we do it is because we feel that people really need these methodologies and philosophies to help them protect their identity. Again, it's not just monitoring. It's protection, it's preparedness and prevention. It's education, it's guidance and support. But monitoring is a wonderful layer in the framework that can help you do detection. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you next time.